Welcome to the Nigerian Navy today. I am Jibrim Baba Ndachi. One of the very memorable aspects of any sporting events is the role of supporters, spectators, and followers of the games. Equally important is the support of important personalities. The recently concluded Nigerian Navy Games tagged Lagos 2022 was no different. This episode of Nigerian Navy Today shall focus on this, another regular segment of the program. Please stay with us.
Hard work, patriotism, outstanding and selfless service to fatherland are among some of the qualities that qualifies an individual to be conferred with the prestigious Nigeria's National Honors Award by the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. On Tuesday, 11th October 2022, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, was conferred with Nigeria's second highest national honors of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, at an investiture ceremony held at the International Conference Center, Abuja. Honored alongside the Chief of the Naval Staff were the Navy Chief of Policy and Plans, Rear Admiral S.S. Garba, and the Navy Chief of Administration, Rear Admiral B.J. Basa, with the national honor of the Officer of the Order of the Federal Republic, OFR. The Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Salih Magashi, retired, was conferred with the National Honor Award of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, by the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Also, at the investiture ceremony, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, conferred on the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, with the National Honor Award of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR. General Rabo's commitment, dedication, and sincerity to cause of a peaceful Nigeria and the formidable armed forces no doubt made the award a well-deserved. The Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, and the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Oladayo Amao, were conferred with Nigeria's second highest national honors award of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR. Similarly, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, also conferred on the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Yusuf Buratai, retired, former Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ekwe Ibas, retired, and the former Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, retired, with Nigeria's National Honors Award of the Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, CFR, by the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. The Benue State Governor, Samuel Otom, represented by the Honorable Commissioner for Lands, Survey and Solid Minerals, Sir Bernard Unegi, was at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja, on a courtesy visit on the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo. The visit was to present to the Chief of the Naval Staff the Certificate of Occupancy for the proposed Nigerian Navy Provost and Regulating School, NNPRS, Makurdi, Benue State. Also on Wednesday, 12th October 2022, the Director General, National Space Research and Development Agency, NASTA, Dr. Haliru Ahmed Shaba, was at the Naval Headquarters, Abuja, on a courtesy visit on the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo. Nothing gives a performer more energy than the drums of support from people who wish them well, be it on stage, boardroom, theater of operation, or in the field of play. The Nigerian Navy Games, which recently held in Lagos, tagged Lagos 2022, was memorable not just for the performance of the athletics on the field, but also for the enthusiasm of supporters and spectators who tirelessly drummed supports for their various teams. The event also enjoyed the support of various personalities by their presence, both the opening and closing ceremony. From the opening to the closing ceremony, there was no dull moment, no silent moment. The staccato of drums, the combined noise of whistles and voices, and of course the South African vuvuzelas all mixed to form the adrenaline in the bloodstream of the participants and contingents at the recently held Nigerian Navy Games at Navy Town, Ojo, Lagos. They looked beyond the rain, sweated in the heat of the sun, and raced against the wind as if those variables of nature did not exist. Support from the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo, Admiralty Medal. Support from the Special Guest of Honor, President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR at the opening ceremony, who defied the downpour to grace the event. Support from the wives of the officers and ratings of the Nigerian Navy. The huge support from icons of the Navy, retired senior officers of the largest Navy in Africa, and another humongous support from sister security agencies. Most of all, the deafening support from the fans. These multiple streams of support are enough to make a Spartan soldier bleed and die on his feet that live and groove on his knees. Today, we will take a quick look at the various levels of support and shades of morale generated from these quarters before, during, and after the week-long sports fiesta in Lagos. The magnificent sports arena was dreamt of some years before the coming of the 21st Chief of the Naval Staff, who is also a lover of sports. 21 games in all featured in that tournament. Most of them took place in the ultra-modern sports complex made alive by the Chief of the Naval Staff. His predecessor, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Abbas, mooted the idea and handed the baton to Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo, who sprinted to the finish line, leaving a standard green football field, Olympic standard track, and a breathtaking indoor sports complex as he breasted the tape. Now that's support. Despite competing needs, Vice Admiral A.Z. Gambo prioritized the physical fitness and mental alertness of officers and ratings in ensuring that Nigerian Navy Sports Complex was completed and put to use. For the first time, Navy Games was held in our own facilities, and the result was the morale-boosting experience. Camaraderie, healthy competition, and combat readiness of the officers and ratings of the Nigerian Navy. It rained every day, from the days of rehearsal to the D-Day of the opening, through the events and to the closing ceremony. On the first day, the downpour was so much that the crowd may have given up hope of having the special guest of honor at the event. But while the drizzles and wetness prevailed, amidst the fanfare from the fans, the special guest of honor, in the person of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, dressed in his tracksuit, made his way to the venue. He cut the tape and declared the event open. It is equally heartwarming to know that he stayed there until the last bugle. That is support. On the VIP stand was creme de la creme of retired former service chiefs of the armed forces. especially the former naval officers who gave their own support, wisdom, and experience willingly. Notable among them was the immediate past Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete, who it was that mooted the idea of the complex just before his pulling out. He attended the event all the way from the Republic of Ghana, where he now serves as a non-career ambassador of Nigeria to the former Gold Coast, now christened Ghana. The 12th Navy Games was made colorful by the participation of other security agencies, sister security agencies, and indeed the armed forces. Unforgettable was the grand performance of the customs services during the sprint race. There, the male and female categories saw the service cut away cash prizes during the closing ceremony. Another high point was a tug of war between the Nigerian police and the Air Force.
The Nigerian Air Force team is pulling. Now the Nigerian police team is pulling them also. They are moving. Who is stronger? Who is stronger? The police is moving. They are pulling. The Air Force is trying their best. They are pulling. But the Nigerian police team is pulling them. A round of applause to the top of all teams.
Guess who pulled more weight at the end of that event? The Nigerian police. I guess with the support from the gravity and mastery of the ground, the men of the Nigerian police were better in the pool than their counterparts who hardly spent much time on that terrain where this event held. I am almost sure that if the tug of war had held, say, 4,000 feet up the sky, the men of the Air Force would have been more willing, able, and ready to pull more weight. Again, that's a huge support from both agencies to the Nigerian Navy. Finally, we have the most boisterous, rowdiest, most excited, most vibrant, most solid yet most liquid support from the Supporters Club. Most solid in the sense that they never stopped to rent the air with their gyration songs. Most liquid in another sense, in that it flowed according to the mood of the activities in the field of play. Their screams and shouts would make people who are not at the venue think a goal had just been scored. Amazingly, with the same voices, trumpets and drums, they would manipulate the sounds to depict a miss or an outright loss. And even when nothing was happening, it took repeated announcements from the masters of ceremony to calm their excitement. There is no doubt that there, a harvest from all these baskets of energy give rise to a band of support that can sustain the Nigerian Navy between that last game of 2022 and the next first game come 2024.
The Games has pushed our personnel to the limits of their abilities as sportsmen and women, creating indelible moments that will ensure that the 12 Nigerian Navy Games remains etched in our memories for a long time to come. What is indeed clear is that the primary purpose of instituting the Nigerian Navy Games, which is to strengthen the mental and physical fitness of personnel, as well as promote bonding and comradeship, has been achieved. Additionally, the discovery of new and exciting talents during the Games will ensure that the Nigerian Navy Games continue to serve as a feeder tournament to the Armed Forces Games, as well as to Nigerian sports in general.
For now, it is onward together. The support of the Nigerian Navy Officers' Wives Association (NOAA) to the Nigerian Navy at the recently held Navy Games 2022 was not just a show of support. Their presence also added glamour to the Games. Led by its national president and wife of the Chief of the Naval Staff, Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo, NOAA made sure the fascinating presence of women was lit. The Navy Ratings Wives Association, NARAWA, also made their presence known as they cheered their husbands to victory. At the closing ceremony, NOAA President Hajia Nana Aisha Gambo, in support of her husband, the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo, presented awards and trophies to deserving winners.
Our personality of the week is a true and proud Nigerian who is unapologetic about his Nigerianness. A 1991 graduate of Law University of Jos, our personality of the week attended Law School Lagos and had his National Youth Service in Oyo State as a pupil counselor in Oye Esan and Company, Okebola. An Akwa Ibom-born prince, he has over 27 years post-law school experience in law practice, working in public and private sectors. He is a diplomat and the first Nigerian ambassador to receive Nigeria's newest warship, NNS Kada, on her first national assignment. Our personality of the week is Ambassador John James Hussein, Nigerian ambassador to Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde.
My joy today knows no bounds. I may say that my pride as a Nigerian has exceeded the limits of reason. For seeing this massive ship, I'm very proud to be a Nigerian. What it means to me is that our leadership cannot be disputed. It means that Nigeria will always stand up for its brothers everywhere in Africa. We don't just think about ourselves, we think about the well-being of other people. And this stabilization mission is one of those things that we are using to demonstrate the fact that Nigeria will always stand up to fight for others. We may have the capacity, but we're always in support of those who don't have the capacity. Because it's often stated that when a load is lighter, when someone helps to carry, we are here to help carry the load. It doesn't matter whether we have our problems or not, we will always be there for others. I received so many calls from Nigeria asking whether we are at war with Guinea-Bissau to mobilize NNS Kada on his very first national assignment to Guinea-Bissau. I tell them we are not at war because we are mobilizing the force in support of what ECOWAS is doing. We are not at war. We are not here to even take over the military. We are here to support the efforts of Guinea-Bissau in maintaining peace and order in order that we may achieve what we have always stood for: stabilization in Africa, economic development, peace and security, human rights. Once this is achieved in one country, we spill over to the other countries. Because if a neighbor's house is burning, you cannot just stand by and say, it's not my house. If you are not in support of efforts to quench the fire in the neighbor's house, it's likely to spread to your own house and everybody will be unsafe. Africa will continue to remain the centerpiece of Nigeria's foreign policy. It's not just in Guinea-Bissau, we've been there for others. Right from the apartheid time, we supported every effort to eliminate apartheid. In other places in Sierra Leone, Liberia, we have always been there to support every effort aimed at achieving peace and security. My assurance to Nigerians is that we are not at war with Guinea-Bissau. My assurance to Guinea-Bissau, that is the Bissau Guineans, is that we are just here to help in the efforts of their military. One of the things that has made me so proud is boarding this ship and finding that everyone is a Nigerian. I see a family. I don't see any difference that we shout about. We are together in the same purpose, in the same circumstance, and in the same fatality if need be. I see brotherhood, I see greater Nigeria, I see hope in the way these people are together. And I think that we don't have problems. We only have perceived problems. For the contingent, I would like to encourage you to stay within the limits of the authority. We are not here to push our ego. We are here to support all the efforts that the home government is making. My advice is, let's stay within the bounds of the authority given to us. The good thing is that you have your weapons, but we are not to show that we have weapons. Just stay within the limits of authority given to you until we achieve our purpose. Our purpose is peace and stability in the ECOWAS sub-region. It's been very pleasant. The only thing is that we miss Nigerian food. But we're enjoying the fish. As a matter of fact, I'm very lucky because Nigerians in Cape, Nigerians in Guinea-Bissau, we are like one family. Many issues arise that Nigerians just settle among themselves. Even police cases, they don't even bring it to the attention of the embassy. It's when it's so difficult that they now say the embassies should intervene. There's no fighting among themselves, no nothing. We are good, we are peaceful people. For the records, we don't have any record of a Nigerian in prison here. My name is John James Susang, the Nigerian ambassador to Guinea-Bissau with concurrent accreditation to Cape Verde. Please, Nigerians, watch the Nigerian Navy today. Thank you.
Until next week, when we come your way again, please support the Nigerian Navy and other security agencies in securing the Nigerian maritime domain. I am Jibrim Baba Ndachi. Onward together.